Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Pennsylvania Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. Thank you so much for joining us. We are really excited you are here. Before we get started, we do have a few housekeeping items to note. First, if you have any questions at all, feel free to use the Q&A button to type in your questions to the presenters at any time. They are here, ready and available to answer your questions. Your camera and microphone are off. You are muted and your video is off. The panelists can't see or hear you. And lastly, all sessions are being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/Pennsylvania. We are currently in session F3, where my mouse is circling at the moment. And this is also the same order of presentations. So I'll get out of the way and kick it off to our first representative from Juniata College.
Great, thank you so much. I'm going to share my screen and I have a brief presentation. I am Molly. I am here with Juniata College, and this is an aerial photo out of our campus. And I think it's helpful to set the scene so that you have an idea of what our campus looks like. We are located in the central part of the state. We have just under 1,400 students, and our students come from 32 states and 23 countries, and we're really proud of that diversity. About 23% of our students are BIPOC. Our campus is located in a small town called Huntingdon of about 8,000 residents, and it's a very walkable city, and you can walk to bars, to restaurants, to the movie theater, the cupcake shop, coffee shops. So we really love the way that the town integrates with our campus. Maybe the most unique thing about Juniata is that we do not have majors or minors. Instead, we have what we call the program of emphasis. And it allows students to have a really individualized academic program while they are with us for 4 years. And so rather than us hand you a list of the 4 years of classes that you're going to take while you're a Juniata student, you and your 2 academic advisors are going to sit down with you every single semester to ask you to think about who you are, to ask you what it is you hope to accomplish after you leave Juniata in 5 years and 10 years and 50 years, to think about dream careers that you might have and the skills and abilities that you'll need in order to achieve those dreams. And then we work backwards from there, sort of filling in the gaps and looking at our entire course catalog and everything that's offered to students to create an academic plan that is unique to you. There are 3 different kinds of academic models. One is set up in that some of your classes are pre-chosen for you. So for example, chemistry, you'll have to take a few classes in order to have that chemistry degree. You will also have the opportunity to completely create your own program of emphasis, and about 1/3 of our students do that each year. You can also look at programs through a multidisciplinary lens, and you can combine things together. So it's a really flexible academic model for our students. Just as important as what you learn inside the classroom is what experiences you have outside of the classroom. And we call those high impact practices. Examples include undergraduate research, which you can begin to do as early as your first year on campus with a faculty member. Internships, 80% of our students will do at least 1 internship before they graduate. Study abroad or study away, 55% of our students go abroad at least once. We have short-term and long-term programs abroad, and those can range anywhere from a week to a year. So there are a lot of options. Community engaged learning is something that's really important to us, and we have a local engagement requirement in our curriculum. And so you'll take a class on our campus, and then you will be partnered with an organization within our community, usually a nonprofit or a government organization, where you can put what you're learning in the classroom to work in that during that semester with that organization. And then lastly, for students who are interested in education, we have student teaching opportunities that begin your very first semester on campus. The thing that we are most proud of is that we have a 4-year graduation guarantee. So we guarantee that in 4 years, if you're passing all of your courses, you will walk across the stage with a diploma in your hand. This is a 4-year plan. We do offer master's programs, but that would be after you receive your bachelor's degree. 97% of our students report back after graduating that they feel that the information that they learned in the classroom and through their high impact experiences directly relates to the work that they're doing now, which is the goal. And we're really proud that the work that we're doing at Juniata is preparing students for their first job and their final job. The best way to describe Juniata is traditionally non-traditional. We're a quirky campus and we're a place that appreciates individuals. We have traditions that date all the way back to the 1850s. And we love that we're able to connect with our alumni from 10, 50, 100 years ago, because so many of our traditions have been going on for so long. I highly recommend going onto YouTube and looking at Storming of the Arch videos to see what some of our traditions are all about. And lastly, some kind of nuts and bolts about the application process. We have 2 deadlines for early action and then 1 each for early decision and regular decision. We have been test optional since 1998. That's something that we're super proud of. If you choose to apply test optional, you do not need to submit any additional materials. Just know that we will review the materials that you do send. We guarantee merit scholarships for all of our students who are admitted to Juniata, and those range from $24,000 to $34,000 a year. And additionally, we do not have an application fee, and we want to make this process as painless for you as we possibly can. Thank you so much.
Thank you. The next representative is from California University of Pennsylvania.
Okay. Good evening. My name's Paul Fazio. I'm going to be talking a little bit about California University of Pennsylvania. You can see this. We had a drone fly over, and this is our student government students. Welcome you to California, where we say your college journey starts here. We're located in the 45 minutes south of Pennsylvania, or Pittsburgh, in the southwestern part of Pennsylvania. You can see some of those shots are the Pittsburgh skylight, and then the lower area is Ohio Powell, which is about a half an hour away from campus, where our students can go and enjoy some of their other outdoor activities. Our enrollment currently is 6,800. We have about 5,000 undergraduate students, so we're about a mid-range university. And we have 2,000 students that make up our graduate school. We have about 11% Hispanic, 4% Latino or others, and 76% Black, or 11% Black with 76% white is our undergraduate population. Some of our popular majors are mechatronics, engineering, criminal justice, education. We just added a veterinary and technology program, business and economics, computer science. We do play in the NCAA Division II. We have 18 sports that play in that division. We also have a saying that, you come to California to unlock your own story. So if you screenshot these are just a shot of our 2 major colleges and all the majors within there. You can see the little icon there showing which of those programs are online, and we have quite a few programs that you can actually take at California and be 100% online in doing so. Tuition for Pennsylvania residents are $21,098 per year. This includes your tuition, your fees, and your room and meals. We do offer some scholarships that go along with this. Our merit scholarship is based fully on your high school GPA. And you can see, depending on what your GPA level is, how much of an additional award we can provide for you there. We have over 100 groups and organizations. You can see some of the resident hall pictures. We have a Chick-fil-A on campus. We have an outside area where students just can hang out outside of their resident halls and in their hammocks, and a variety of just different clubs and organizations. Some of them academic related, some of them are just pretty much social. whichever you choose to. Yeah. This is our residence halls, or one of them. We have 6. They're independently air-conditioned and climate controlled. Each hall has its own computer labs with an with a full laundry service on each floor. We live in professionals that are there in the buildings. They're secure 24/7. There's actually 4 levels of security: video cameras, card readers, and actually your key getting into your room. Nobody can enter these halls that doesn't live in those halls. So we feel very comfortable that the little town of California where we reside is very safe. The university actually is in the area of California, Pennsylvania, that's surrounded by the Monongahela River. It's in a small rural town that pretty much, if you come to California, you're coming there because you want to come to California. There isn't any byway to go anywhere else. If you come to campus, it's landlocked and you have to actually turn around to leave to go out of campus the other way. If you're interested, you can either contact us at admissions@calu.edu or call the number there on your screen. For any of those that you're filling out an application, you can see we have a fee waiver code listed here, which is just CR-CALU, all caps, and we'll waive your $35 application fee. So I hope you learned a little bit more about California. We'd love to hear more from you. You have a great evening.
Very helpful information. Thank you. Before we jump to our next representative, if you have any questions at all, feel free to submit those using the Q&A button. Any question at all, our representatives again are here and available. And if you have a specific question, to also note the school name. Next, we will hear from Fairmont State University.
Hi everyone, my name is Kayla. I'm an admissions counselor here at Fairmont State University, and I'm here to be your guide through the application, admission, and enrollment process at Fairmont State. I will go ahead and get started. We were founded in 1865. We're 156 years old this year. Fairmont State University is the oldest public institution in the state of West Virginia. Our student enrollment is just under 4,000, and with a student to faculty ratio of 15:1, the average class size is right around 22 students. Fairmont State sits on a charming hilltop campus in Fairmont, West Virginia. Fairmont is located in the north central part of the state of West Virginia, as you can see on the map in this slide. And because we're surrounded by nature, our campus community has unrivaled access to outdoor adventures like hiking, biking, camping, and rafting, all within an hour or 2 drive. We're also close to major cities like Pittsburgh, Columbus, Baltimore, and Washington, D.C. Our campus community regularly travels to these cities to gain access to world-class arts, shopping, and dining. Fairmont State sits on 120 acres tree-filled campus. We have a wide range of living options from single suites to quads. All residents at Fairmont State get fully furnished rooms, air conditioning and heat, wireless internet, and high-speed Ethernet at no additional cost, and laundry services are also free to students. And because of our size, campus residents are never more than a short 5 to 10 minute walk from classes, dining, recreation, and athletic events. There's plenty of parking available whether you live on or off campus. Students may have their vehicle on campus. Your parking permit cost is built into fees, so you won't pay extra. The hub of activity on campus centers around our Falcon Center, which is pictured here. And the Falcon Center is home to the dining hall, Chick-fil-A, recreation center, Starbucks, the campus bookstore, and several student services. The Falcon Center is definitely one of my favorite places on campus. Fairmont State University offers over 50 undergraduate degree programs in more than 100 programs of study. We offer several programs you can't find anywhere else in the state, including national security and intelligence, community health education, architecture, and the FAA Part 141 flight school. And because of our size, you can get real-world, hands-on experience on state-of-the-art equipment sooner than you might at larger schools. If you're not sure what to major in, we offer academic pathways that allow students to explore an area of interest while also helping them stay on track to graduate on time and save tuition dollars. No matter your major, there's no excuse not to be successful at Fairmont State. Our tutoring and testing center services are free to students with no cap on the amount of hours that you can spend there. Participating in a club or organization is not only a great way to explore a field you love, but it also helps you build friendships that might last a lifetime. Fairmont State has over 60 clubs and organizations, so you're sure to find one that you're interested in, whether you're into art, politics, sports, outdoor adventure, or a club related to your major. Fairmont State also has a vibrant and active Greek life community with 3 fraternities and 3 sororities. We offer dozens of intramural activities, including solo and team sports. We also offer club sports, where our club teams compete against club teams from other schools. With a combined 17 sports for men and women, the Falcons and the fans who cheer them on take on all challengers in the NCAA Division II Mountain East Conference. And the best part is, all Fairmont State students get into all athletic events for free. Fairmont State not only has one of the lowest tuition rates in the state, but because we have such stellar outcomes, our value is also unmatched. We offer one of the lowest tuition rates in the state and region, plenty of financial aid, academic programs that are structured to help you graduate on time, and unique academic programs you won't find anywhere else. Pennsylvania students qualify for a discounted version of our out-of-state tuition, which is our metro rate tuition. Our metro rate is $11,607 per year for tuition and fees, plus an additional $8,784 for room and meal plan, for a total of $20,391. We also have a brand new Metro scholarship to offset that cost a little bit. It is $1,000 per year, and the criteria is a 3.5 GPA, a 24 ACT, or an 1160 SAT. If you like what you're seeing and hearing, applying to Fairmont State University is fast and easy. The full list is on our website at fairmontstate.edu/apply, but here's a quick rundown of what you'll need. For first-time freshmen, we need your high school transcript with at least a 2.0 high school GPA, official college transcripts if college credit was earned during high school, immunization records, and then we don't require ACT or SAT test scores due to COVID-19. And remember, we do not charge an application fee. It is completely free to apply online. And for full admissions requirements, please go to fairmontstate.edu/apply. Here is my contact information. Please feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. Thanks so much for listening to me about Fairmont State today, and feel free to scan this QR code to sign up for some more information. Thank you all.
Awesome, thank you. All great information. Our next representative is from IE University.
Thank you, Catherine. Hello, everyone. My name is Esa Bustani. I'm the local representative of IE University. We are based in Spain, but all of our classes and courses are taught in English. We have more than 7 accreditations, which means that you can study and work across 130 different countries upon graduation. We offer bachelor's and dual degrees. All of them are 4 years long, entirely taught in English, and can be you can attend our campus in both Segovia or Madrid. You have the opportunity to combine degree and get the, like, for example, a combination of data analytics and business administration, law and international relations, etc. And as a student, you will be lucky to evolve with students coming across 50 plus different educational systems. 75% of our students are international students, and 45 languages are spoken on campus. We have 130 plus different nationalities in the undergraduate student body, and 4,100 students at the undergraduate level. We are proud to have two main campuses, one in Segovia and one in Madrid. Our campus in Segovia is actually a monument preserved by UNESCO. It's older than the United States, and although we kept the authenticity of the facilities, we also adapted to modern learning, and we're proud to have all the logistics necessary for a safe and forward-thinking teaching environment. Here you have a couple of pictures of Segovia. The castle of Segovia is one of the castles that actually inspired the logo of Disney. And now, welcome to Madrid and our campus in the middle of the city. We are proud to launch our IE Tower, which is actually the tallest tower in Europe for studies and the fifth biggest tower in the world. So that was IE and our campus. And as we're a different university that are student focused, we want you to build your own path at IE. So students have the opportunity to pick their electives, advanced seminar. All of them can go for a semester or two abroad. Internships are mandatory in a couple of degrees, and are strongly encouraged across all our degrees. And we also offer IEU labs. For example, we have the communication labs where students work alongside Twitter and the city of Madrid on the COVID campaign. We're proud to have 160 plus international university partners, which means that you can study across 130 plus nationalities, countries. For example, we have universities in the US, such as Cornell, McGill in Canada, the University of Hong Kong, etc. We also have a joint summer program with Brown University, which means that you can directly transfer your credits to it. We're extremely active as an institution, and we have 100 plus IEU clubs. We have our own newspaper and our own podcasts. We're the first university in Spain, 7 in Europe, and 23rd worldwide. We're proud to say that 95% of our students find a job upon graduation. And basically, to apply, you will need to submit your IE application, your transcript from grade 9 to grade 12, submit your resume, a letter of recommendation, I suggest two, an essay. We do ask for test scores. So if you're not taking the ACT or SAT anymore, you can take our own test. It's an aptitude test, so no need to worry or revise. And then you'll be invited to take the KIDA online assessment. And if you like your profile, we'll invite you for an interview. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. If you have any further questions or you just want to chat and discover IE, feel free to scan the QR code, and I'm happy to answer your question in the chat box as well.
Wonderful, thank you. Before we hear from our next two representatives, just another reminder that if you have any questions at all, so feel free to submit those using the Q&A function. Any questions about any school that's here or about the college application process, feel free to submit those again through the Q&A. And if you have a specific question, to also note the school name. Next, we're going to hear from Columbus College of Art and Design.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. My name is Shafali, and I'm an admissions counselor here at the Columbus College of Art and Design, or CCAD for short. We are located in Columbus, Ohio, which is the state capital, but is also just a growing city in itself. So there's plenty to do, especially as a student here with us. A little bit more about CCAD. We are 141 years old, making us one of the oldest art and design schools in the nation. We have just about 1,100 students, which gives us a 9-to-1 student to faculty ratio. And our students represent about 37 states and 22 countries, give or take a few depending on the year. And being kind of on the smaller side, it gives our students the opportunity to really interact with our professors and our faculty here without too much competition between each other, while also having a large enough student population that you can really interact with students from a wide variety of backgrounds. At CCAD, we offer 11 different major programs, and this is our full list here. And all of our students who attend our school will earn their Bachelor of Fine Arts or BFA. And all of our students also have the opportunity to minor in any one of our major programs, and we have a few additional minors such as creative writing and business. So these are some of our alumni projects that our students have gone to work on. For example, we have a movie poster for Onward. This is a project of alumni Dan Scanlon, who was a student in our animation program, and he graduated from CCAD back in 1998 and has been working with Disney Pixar ever since his graduation then. Since he's been working at Disney Pixar, he's worked on a wide variety of movies such as Monsters University, Onward, Cars, and a few others. We also have this shoe featured here, which is a project of one of our alumni, Susanna Madrid, who was a fashion student with us a few years ago and is now currently living and working in Milan, Italy, to not only obtain her master's in fashion studies, but is also working as a shoe designer there. And you can actually find some parts of her shoe collection in smaller boutiques around the city of Columbus. And the last alumni I'll talk about is this one right here. So these ceramic mugs that you see down there are from our alumni, Lily Stamps, who graduated a few years ago from our advertising and graphic design program, but she's now working in the fine arts industry, owning and operating her own ceramics shop in Columbus called Lolly Lolly Ceramics. So Lolly was a nickname of hers, and she kind of turned it into her own little spin on fine arts. And with her ceramic mugs, she actually recently had the opportunity to collaborate with Madewell, which is a fashion company, kind of a part of J. Crew, and was able to sell her ceramic mugs through this huge fashion industry. So that was a really cool opportunity for her. And then, of course, with our student life on campus, we have a wide variety of opportunities for students to get involved, even though we're kind of a smaller campus. For example, we have Chroma, which is our end of year celebration for our students. It is a campus-wide gallery that takes place at the end of every school year, and all of our students will participate in Chroma, starting from their very first year on campus to their very last. So it's a great way for students to interact with the other departments on campus, see what everyone has been working on during their time at CCAD, while also just having the opportunity to reflect on all of the work that they've created during their time here. We also have a wide variety of student organizations, ranging from some more classic ones like undergraduate student government, as well as the major collectives for every one of our programs, to some really fun ones like live action role playing, our ceramics club, and even our competitive glass blowing team. So there's plenty of ways to get involved once you're at CCAD. And the last way I'll mention is our different employment opportunities on our campus. So even though, like I said, we're a little bit smaller, we still have a wide range of employment opportunities for our students that range from working in our libraries to our different technical labs all across campus. And lastly, being in the city of Columbus, like I mentioned before, we are the state capital, but we also have plenty of opportunities for growth all throughout the city. Like I mentioned, it's an up and coming city, and we like to call it the city of neighborhoods or districts, as we have a wide variety of districts and neighborhoods all across Columbus. So CCAD is located in the Discovery District, which has some major parks, as well as a little bit of our art scene here. We also have the Short North Arts District, which hosts gallery hops every month and features a lot of local artists and local shops from the city. Then we also have German Village and Victorian Village, which are both a little bit more historic, and they have just some beautiful houses out there and those classic cobblestone streets, as well as just some iconic eateries to check out. And then we have areas like downtown and Old Town East. So there's lots to explore and see once you're in the city. And then in terms of job opportunities post-grad, we are in a major city. So you have really large companies like Abercrombie and Fitch, Victoria's Secret, as well as Nationwide and AEP, all of whom are looking for our CCAD graduates to employ once you're done with your education here. So lots to do and see in Columbus, and especially in the long run, looking at post-grad opportunities. And that's pretty much CCAD in a nutshell. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to admissions@ccad.edu, or if you want to check out some more of our programs, you can look at ccad.edu, which is our website. Thank you all.
Great, thank you. Our last representative, but certainly not least, is from Haverford College.
Hello, so sorry, I'm always a little technically not very advanced. Well, welcome, my name is Praxelis Quintana. I'm one of the assistant directors of admission at Haverford College. I'm really excited to be here with you all, just to give you a little virtual introduction. So this is Haverford. We are just outside of Philadelphia. We're about 25 minutes away from Philly by car or by train. It's really exciting because a lot of liberal arts colleges like Haverford are often rural, but luckily we do have a major city so close by for students to venture out, have a little bit of fun, but also use it for academic and professional experiences as well. Just some quick facts about Haverford. We are about 1,300 students total. 98% of students live on campus all 4 years. It is guaranteed housing all 4 years. We are an arboretum, so we have a lot of green on campus, a lot of trees. So we do have a student to tree ratio. It is 1 student per 6 trees. So you can come on campus, pick your 6 trees. About 46% of our incoming class of 2024, so our rising sophomores, identify as students of color. You can see that our students are represented from all over the US as well as internationally as well. So while we are a small school of about 1,300 students, we do bring students from really everywhere. Great, and this just a couple pictures of what Haverford looks like. So while we are so close to Philly, our campus is very, like I said, very green. There's a lot of natural spaces. We have a nature trail that wraps around the campus. We do have 200 acres, which sounds very large, and it is, but every time that you'll be walking from the northernmost part of campus to the southernmost part of campus, you'll only be walking about 10 minutes. So you don't need to bring a car or anything to campus. You can after your first year, but students really get around by foot. You can see all of our academic buildings and residential buildings are really central. We have our fields over here to the left, and of course our duck pond to the right. Something really special about Haverford is we are a part of the Quaker Consortium. So that includes Bryn Mawr College, Swarthmore College, and University of Pennsylvania, UPenn. So Haverford students can take classes at all 3 of these campuses. At any given moment, about half of our students are taking classes on another campus. Our closest relationship is with Bryn Mawr, and about 95% of students will take at least 1 class at Bryn Mawr before they graduate. It's really wonderful. It really extends the classes that you're able to take and expands your social opportunities as well. A lot of our clubs and organizations are BICO or TRICO, which means that they are shared with Bryn Mawr and Swarthmore, which means you get to interact with and get to know students from other campuses as well as the students from Haverford. So like I said, our closest relationship is with Bryn Mawr. You can see we are super close by, about 10 minutes away. Swarthmore is about 25 minutes away, so fewer students will take classes there, and then Penn is another about 25 minutes away by train or car. So you will have to budget those into your schedule, but it is really exciting to expand your academic and social experiences on these other campuses. This is a list of our top 10 majors, and I like to show this just because I like to show that they are spread out across the disciplines. So Haverford is a liberal arts college. You will be taking classes beyond the major that you intend to declare. You declare your major at the end of your sophomore year, so you have about 4 semesters to really wander in and out of the things that interest you most, but you will be taking classes in all the disciplines. But I like to show this again to show that no matter what your interests are, you will be in company with others. They are well supported. There is no one major or minor that is better supported at Haverford. They're all really wonderful. We have 41 majors, 30 minors, and 13 concentrations. And I want to talk just briefly about the difference between minors and concentrations. Minors can be totally separate from your major, or whereas the concentration needs to be related in some way. So for example, a neuroscience concentrator would need to be a bio major or a psych major. And there are some concentrations that are applicable to multiple majors. For example, the Peace, Justice, Human Rights concentration, which was my concentration, is a really wonderful interdisciplinary concentration that students can tack on to their degree. The reason why this difference is important is because every Haverford student will write a senior thesis. So the thesis is an opportunity for you to write your own original research alongside a professor. Every Haverford student does it, which is really exciting. You do not have to come into Haverford with any idea of what you might be writing about, but just be excited that you have the opportunity to conduct your own research. So the difference between the minors and concentrations come into play here because your concentration will impact your thesis, whereas your minor will not. So your minor can be totally separate. Concentration will be related to your major. And to support you in your research, or just to help you travel to the places that you're excited to go, study the things you're excited to study. We have these wonderful academic centers that can fund your research or fund the work that you're excited to do. This picture is actually taken from a class, a marine biology class that had the opportunity to travel to Honduras for 2 weeks to do scuba diving to study the coral reef ecosystem. And that was completely funded by our Integrated Natural Sciences Center and our Center for Peace and Global Citizenship. So lots of opportunities for you to get that funding for the things that you're excited about. And the most important thing to know about Haverford is we do have an honor code, which gives students the opportunity to really voice their opinions and make changes, tangible changes to Haverford. You do that by proposing a resolution to our honor code, which is a living document that is edited every semester. Alongside Student Council and Honor Council, these two bodies will help organize those resolutions. You can change anything from something large to let's see, for an example, one of our community houses called Q House, which houses some of our LGBTQ students and allies, which is a new house on campus that came out of an honor code resolution, or something small like the ice cream distributor that we use in our dining center. That's also something that has been changed from our honor code. Just a few pictures of the traditions on campus. We are a small campus, but we do have lots of fun. Bring performers to campus, decorate the campus with lights, and also lots of April Fool's pranks as well. A little bit beyond Haverford, a lot of our students do go on to graduate programs after graduation within 5 years. About 70% of students will go on to that. And at the time of graduation, or within 6 months, our students do have about 90 to 95% of them have plans on where they're going after Haverford. Quick note about financial aid. All of our financial aid is need-based, so you will fill out the FAFSA and CSS profile to understand those numbers, but about half of our campus receives some kind of financial aid. We don't have any merit-based aid, and we are test optional for the next 2 years. But that's Haverford. Visit us virtually, haverford.edu, or have to visit. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Well, we do have a little bit of time left. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and pivot now into our Q&A portion of the session. If I could invite all our representatives to please turn on their cameras to get ready to unmute themselves. And we'll go ahead and get started with our first question here, which is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? Again, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? We'll go ahead and get started in the same order in which you all presented in.
Great, thank you. So my piece of advice is to start following the social media pages of schools that you might be interested in. And that doesn't mean that you have to follow the sort of institutional page, but if you can find perhaps the Student Government Association page at the schools that you're interested in, that's content that's created by students for students. And I think it can give you sort of a look into what the culture of that school might be like.
Yeah. My advice would be to create your pros and cons list and think about your priorities. Use your degree and your future education as a passport. You cannot pick where you're born or where you grew up, but you can pick wisely a degree, a subject, a community that can empower you and help you become the adult and grown up that you want to be. So take the time to make your research, to ask questions, and to make sure that you're picking the right university and not being picked by a university that doesn't really fit with your culture.
I would say try not to put too much pressure on yourself to have the rest of your life figured out. You will find once you go to your school that most students around you end up changing their major, end up finding new things that they're really interested in. So I would say go into your college search process with as much of an open mind as you can, because you'll be really surprised by what you can find. And especially in terms of majors and things you like to study, you'll also find that a lot of people you meet in your life aren't necessarily working in the fields that directly relate to what they studied. So like I said, keep an open mind and really try to pursue the majors and programs and careers that you just really like. And it sounds super cheesy, but I think it'll really help you in the long run.
Yeah, my advice is to really do your best, try your best to not let others influence your decision. And by others, I mean your peers. Absolutely let your counselor and your families and your admission officers that will be working with you through this process influence you and the things that you, and the places you apply, but do not let it be a competition with your peers. Really try to think of it in the most tunnel vision as you can, where you're really making decisions based on really just your own excitement for a college or a university, really no one else's opinions on where you're ending up. It's not their college experience, it is yours. So make the decision for yourself and not for others.
So much great advice, and it couldn't be more true to just truly, this is your process and you have to do what's right for you. And I think everyone to some extent spoke to that. And again, to know the school that you're applying to. So thank you. The next question here is, what is your favorite event or tradition on campus?
I love this question. We have so many, so it's hard to pick. But probably my favorite is one that's called Liberal Arts Symposium. It happens in the spring semester where all classes are canceled and students get the opportunity to present their research and what they've been working on. And, when I think back to my own college experience, I don't know that that's something that I would have been excited to attend. And yet at Juniata, it's standing room only in every single classroom, and there's multiple presentations happening at every hour. And I think it's an incredible way for first year students to understand what research is and to start to think about what kinds of projects they might want to work on in the future. And it's a great way for peers to see the incredible work that their peers are doing in labs and in classrooms and in our museum. So Liberal Arts Symposium is my favorite.
We celebrate IE Day. So every 13th of March, we have our mascots all over the campus and the different offices that you have around the world. And basically everyone, no matter where they are or what they do, try to find Kami, our mascot, and get a feel of IE from the workspace or an internship place or wherever they are. And I really like it because it shows that the spirit follows you no matter where you are. And it defines really what I eat.
I'll be honest, today marks my 3-month anniversary at CCAD, so I haven't really been able to experience a ton of events and happenings around campus. Just because of COVID, we really haven't been able to host many of them in person. But from what I've heard and seen on our calendar, I recently discovered that we have an alumni market or arts market, and it features artwork that our alumni have designed, created, and have the opportunity to sell on our campus. So it's a really great way to continue to support our alumni after they've left our campus. And especially just within Columbus itself, they're really well supported and kind of in the art scene itself. So that's a really cool event that I would love to participate in someday once it's back up and running.
Yeah, and my favorite tradition is just really a silly one. It is called Pinwheel Day, where all the students will kind of take a break from classes, aka ditch classes, hang out on the green, Founders Green, and enjoy these colorful pinwheels that have been put out by a anonymous committee of people. We don't know if it's students, faculty, staff, who does it, but they all just pop up one wonderful spring morning, and students just get to hang out outside and enjoy the weather and enjoy each other's company.
Awesome. That's awesome. One of my favorite questions. And so I love hearing from all the different representatives, just hearing what happens on their campus and what truly makes their school unique. So thank you for sharing, for being so open. Again, great advice that was shared. And I hope that we all take something away from each of your respective institutions. So again, thank you to all our representatives, and thank you to each of you for joining us. We have now reached the conclusion of this session. So as we close, we do ask, there will be a very quick 4-question survey that will appear on your browser. If you don't mind taking a moment to fill that out for us, your feedback is extremely appreciated. And lastly, all sessions are being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/Pennsylvania. Again, thank you all and have a great night.